Hey guys, it's Kat. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my review on the Mercier Candleglow Soft Luminous Foundation. I purchased mine at Sephora and this retails for $48. I'll show you the box. It looks like that. I'm going to read to you what it says on the box because this is probably what captivated me and made me want to purchase the foundation. And it says, "The twinkling of candles, the romance of nightfall. This lit from within foundation creates a soft, candlelit glow at any time of day with unique light-reflecting pigments that mimic the effect of candlelight. The light as air whipped formula gives skin a double boost of hydration with refreshing waters that provide immediate and long-lasting moisture." So, it looks like this. I told you it was $48. It comes with 1 fluid ounce. The shade that I got is in Butterscotch, and I think it's a really good match for the rest of my body. When I initially apply it, I feel like it's really different from the skin tone on my face. Does that make sense? From the color of my face, but it definitely does match the rest of my body, which I am really grateful for because I don't think I've ever owned a foundation that matches me to a T like that. So, color selection, I guess, is pretty good. I did see a good range of colors. The bottle is glass, which is not the most optimal for traveling, but it does have a pump. Now, when this foundation dispenses, it does dispense in short bursts, and by that I mean like it just squirts out a little bit at a time, which I can appreciate because most of the time I get a big blob, but I'll squirt out another little bit so that you can see. So that is 2 pumps of this foundation. I'm going to insert a demo of it and I'll talk to you as you watch me apply it. The texture of this foundation is not super liquidy, it's not too thin, it's kind of somewhere in the middle, but it's definitely not thick at all. It does smooth out really nicely, and it just leaves your skin with a nice semi-matte finish. I wouldn't say it's super glowy, and it's definitely not matte, which I love. And that's probably what drew me to in the store, what drew me to really want to purchase it, just because the finish of it, it's kind of like a soft matte. It's definitely not super glowy though. I do feel like it's kind of misleading in the sense that it says it's candlelit and you would expect it to be a little bit more glowy, but it's not. It's kind of like a more skin-like finish to me, in my opinion anyway. The coverage of this foundation is definitely at a medium. I don't think it's really buildable, and I feel like if you build it up, you might start to look a little bit cakey. I definitely recommend using some kind of pore filler. I've actually started to use the Professional by Benefit just in this area, just because I felt like this foundation kind of accentuated that a little bit, and I didn't really like it. So it did prompt me to bust out a pore filler, which is, if you guys have been watching me for a while, it's not my norm. I don't really like to do that, but I felt like I needed to with this foundation just so that it looked really good. But once I have it on, I think the coverage is definitely at a medium, and that's okay for me. I don't have anything too major to cover. I do set the foundation. I actually picked up the loose setting powder by Mercier as well, and I've been trying it out and I've been setting it with that. But I gotta say, I really like the foundation overall. I think it makes my skin look really pretty, and in person I feel like it doesn't look like it's too much, especially for daytime wear. The longevity of it is not the greatest. I definitely recommend using some kind of primer with this foundation, not just for pore filling but for the longevity of it as well. I feel like I can get a good 4 to 5 hours with the foundation before I feel like I need to touch up, meaning that I start to see a little bit of oil on my face, mainly in my T-zone, which is definitely not the norm again with my skin, but it could also be the kind of cream that I've been using underneath, because I've been moisturizing like crazy, so I don't know if that's affecting the foundation as well. I've been using the Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream, and if you've used this, you know that it's a pretty thick cream, but I just find that I need it because otherwise my skin just starts to peel, especially around my nose. I don't know if it's because it's super cold or because I'm using the retinol still, that it's just making my skin flake, so I feel like I need to use that kind of moisturizer. So again, I don't know if it's exactly me that is why I'm getting oily, or it's just the foundation that just starts to break down after 4 or 5 hours. But overall, I really do like the foundation. It's probably why I'm keeping it and I'm not going to return it. I really like the color on me. I like how it makes my skin glow, but it's not where I feel like I look like a disco ball or an oil slick. my face isn't like super oily. It's definitely not the longest wearing foundation, which is something that's very detrimental to the foundation, I would say, and something that you might want to think about when you're purchasing a foundation that's a little bit more expensive. So those are all pointers of the foundation. I'll get closer so that you can see how it looks with all the other makeup that I applied on my face. I did set it, like I said, I do have bronzer and contour powder and concealer and all that jazz. So I just wanted you to see how it really applies with all the other things that I got going on my face. I do have a full face of makeup on. It doesn't cover up everything, as you can see. As you can see, it does not cover up everything. You can definitely still see my blemish, but other than that, I think it really looks good on the skin. I definitely give it a thumbs up as far as the way that it looks. So with this foundation, it's definitely one of those foundations that you kind of have to have a certain skin type to wear, I feel. It's not one of those universal, it looks good on everybody kind of foundation. This is definitely a foundation that you need to think about what exactly you're looking for in a foundation and what you need it to do for you. So if you have oily skin, you might want to skip it, or you might want to use a mattifying primer with it, and a good setting powder as well. And also, if you have a lot of things to cover up, if you have scarring or acne or any of that, this is not going to be the foundation for you. It's just, it doesn't have the coverage, and if you try to build it up, it just starts to look cakey. So a thin layer of this foundation is all that you need, and if you need something more than that, I definitely don't recommend this foundation. It's just not going to do it for you. But other than that, those are my thoughts. I'll say it again, I do really enjoy the foundation so far. I've been wearing it for about a week or so, and I don't know, I really like how it looks in person. It doesn't have any flashback when I take pictures of in flash, and I've gotten a lot of compliments on my skin ever since I started wearing it. So continue to wear it just because I think it looks good on my face. So anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you found it helpful. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. I love you guys, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye.